So with people queuing and fighting in petrol stations waiting to fill up, now might seem the right time to go electric. And with COP26 taking place this year, we thought it would be interesting to find out what the UK is doing to combat the climate crisis. Is it all doom and gloom, or is there light at the end of the tunnel? Over the next few days, we're going to drive 16 electric cars from London to Glasgow and learn about the future of electric energy along the way. So what is COP26 and why should we care? Simply put, COP26, or Conference of the Parties, is the 26th annual event where world leaders discuss climate change. And with climate change happening all around us, wildfires, record temperatures and flooding, change needs to happen, and fast. The government is currently on course to ban the sale of new cars and vans powered entirely by petrol and diesel by 2030, and then to roll that out to hybrid vehicles by 2035. From then onwards, new cars and vans sold in the UK must be fully electric. So the first stop on our journey may not look impressive, but what it achieves is. Welcome to Ely Biomass Power Plant. It's the first straw-fuelled power station in the UK and has been generating green energy since the year 2000. But what's really impressive is that this plant reduces CO2 emissions by some 83,000 tonnes each year. What does that mean? Well, that's the equivalent of taking 32,000 cars off the road. One argument that you'll hear a lot with electric cars is about range. Now, at the moment, combustion cars are winning, but not by as much as you would imagine. Many EVs have a range of around 200 miles, and in fact this one is around 370 miles. Of course, petrol and diesels do have the upper hand on that one at the moment. But in actual fact, on average, people only do 20 miles a day, so you're not going to be running out of range anytime soon. Now, I've raced a lot of cars, and everyone says, isn't driving an EV really boring? Let's find out. First up, the Corsa E. First thing you notice, I mean, the acceleration is fantastic. You get that in all electric cars. So one thing that strikes you about this car is just how light and nimble it feels. Absolutely ideal for a town car. Not as fast as some of the others, but definitely incredibly agile. Okay, this is the electric Mini. Ready, steady, go. Whee! Right, that is very quick off the line, my goodness. Actually, do you know what? Mini haven't lost any of their charm with this car. Right, last up, we've got the Kia EV6. I've been really looking forward to driving this car. So obviously this is more of a touring car. This isn't the city car like the others. Makes a lovely noise. I like that. Ooh. You may not have an engine, but you've got a woo. But I can't help but have a smile on my face with this. So my next stop is Wales. I'm off to the hotel now to charge the car and my batteries. The thing about EVs is that they love hills, in particular going down hills. And that's because every EV uses something called regenerative braking, and that means every time you brake or even lift off the accelerator, a little bit of charge goes back into your battery. So in other words, going down a hill can increase your range. So welcome to Wales. As you can see, the weather has unfortunately turned and is not doing us any favours, but I'm en route to our next destination and I've just got time to try out another couple of cars. First up is this, the Nissan Leaf. For years, this was the world's most popular electric car, only surpassed by the Tesla Model 3. But it's an incredible car, a really incredible car. I'm not surprised it was once the World Car of the Year. Wow, what a beautiful location. Now this is my next stop, and it's known locally as Electric Mountain. It sounds like something out of a Bond film. Dinorwig Power Station is a hydroelectric dam. Every day, water passes from the reservoir at the top of the mountain through the power station's turbines into another reservoir below. It provides rapid response power for the UK. So essentially, it comes into its own when everybody decides to go and switch their kettle on during the advert break on a popular TV show. The whole operation is essentially a large-scale store of potential energy, making it the UK's biggest battery. Sunlight is one of our planet's most abundant and freely available energy resources. So one way we can capture that energy is with solar panels. Next up, Shotwick, one of the UK's largest solar farms. And so far this year, Shotwick has delivered enough energy to power 21,000 homes. And they even power their ATVs using the green energy that they produce. And the other great thing about solar farms is they can also act as a sanctuary for wildlife, including stoats, red kites, and even grass snakes. So I've said goodbye to the Skoda Enyaq. I rather like that car, and there's no doubt that the next car is green. You may not like the colour. I quite like it. But I do like this. The cabin is lovely, and we are now heading up to Blackburn, where I'll be picking up my next car. And this is a perfect example about why change needs to happen fast.
I'm tickled pink that things aren't going my way.
Electric vehicles certainly aren't going to ease the congestion, but they will definitely help with the pollution that is surrounding the M6. Now, you may not know this, but we're driving through one of the most important environmental sites in the UK. The UK peatlands store over 3 billion tonnes of carbon, which is about the same as all the forests in the UK, France and Germany put together. It's about 20 years of CO2 that is therefore prevented from going into the atmosphere. Now we've got a very long journey ahead of us. We are heading towards Glasgow next. Right, I have now taken over in the Polestar, a car I've been really looking forward to having a go in. Haven't had much of a chance to drive it yet. I'm running quite low on charge, so I'm going to go and find a charger. There are thousands of charging points all over the UK, and this car is equipped with high-speed charging. Right, I had a cup of tea, I went to the loo. I think it might stop raining, so let's hit the road. I'm now going to collect our next car, the Volvo XC40 Recharge, at a very special place. So we're now driving through Whiteley. This is the UK's largest onshore wind farm, and it's about 20 minutes outside of central Glasgow. It is incredible. It's got 215 turbines that generate up to 539 megawatts of electricity, which is enough to power about 350,000 homes, which is about the size of Glasgow itself. So I'm now leaving Whiteley, picked up the penultimate car. It's the Audi Etron. It's been amazing seeing all of these incredible places, from biomass to solar to wind farm. It's really encouraging to see the progress that's being made. And now let's head into Glasgow to pick up our last car. So I've now picked up my final car. This is the Jaguar EPace, and I have to say this is my favourite out of all of them. But I've also been really impressed by all the cars that I've driven. They've been very different. And when I talk about people moving to electric, it's really important that people think about the way they use their car and the type of mileage that they do. It's not this great big leap into the unknown. In many ways, driving an EV I have found to be far more relaxing. We have a huge problem ahead of us if we're going to tackle climate change, but if world leaders can pull together, then change can happen. EVs aren't the simple solution, but they are a step in the right direction. They're also very cool. For more links to green projects around Britain, take a look at the Lookers website.